You're not actually going to fall asleep like that, are you? Sorry. I've just been watching you try for the past 10 minutes, and it's honestly become the most interesting thing happening in this entire terminal. Which says a lot about the state of this terminal at 4 in the morning. Those armrests aren't going anywhere. They're not negotiating with you. I've tried. Here, take my jacket. Seriously, I run warm. I don't need it. And you're going to wake up with a permanent dent in your face from that armrest otherwise. Not a good look for whatever city you're landing in. I'm not going to do anything weird. I just figured someone should say something. We've been the only two people awake in this section for over an hour, and I got tired of pretending I wasn't noticing you. Noticing the ceiling. What time's your flight? Yeah, mine too. Same delay. Probably same reason. They never actually tell you the reason, have you noticed that? Just weather or mechanical like that. Explains anything. Could mean a thunderstorm 3 states away, or could mean someone's still looking for a missing bolt. We'll never know. Mind if I sit here properly instead of just talking at you from one seat over? My neck's starting to hurt from the angle. Okay. Better. So, 4 a.m., gate B7, neither of us can sleep, and we've got, 3 more hours minimum before they even start boarding. That's a lot of time to just stare at the same ceiling tile. I'm Theo, by the way. Seems wrong to keep talking to someone for 10 minutes without a name attached. Good. Nice to officially meet you, even under these conditions. Where you headed? And I mean actually headed. Not just the airport code on your ticket. The real destination. Visiting someone. Running from something. Starting something. Airports are never neutral. Nobody's just going somewhere for no reason at 4 in the morning. That's a good reason. Better than mine, probably. I'm doing the thing where I tell myself I'm between things. Which sounds intentional and grown up, but mostly just means I didn't have anywhere I needed to be. So I went somewhere I'd never been instead. I do that more than I probably should. You look like you needed to talk to someone, by the way. Not in a sad way. Just in a 4 a.m., can't sleep, mind too loud kind of way. I know that look. I've worn it on plenty of layovers. You were looking at my headphones earlier. Yeah, you were. It's fine. Everyone does. They're not subtle, I know. I just like having something playing, even when I'm not really listening to it. Makes the noise of a place like this easier to filter out. Otherwise, it's just announcements and rolling suitcases and other people's phone calls at full volume, which, no thank you. You want to know what I was listening to? Don't laugh. No, I'm serious. Don't laugh. This is a very specific niche interest, and I will defend it. Okay, you didn't laugh. I respect that. Most people do. What's on your playlist for surviving this? Everyone's got one. The 4 a.m. airport playlist is its own genre, I think. Different from regular music. It has to do something specific. Keep you calm, but not put you to sleep before boarding. Give you something to think about other than how uncomfortable these chairs are intentionally designed to be. I think they make them like this on purpose so people buy more from the overpriced shops. Capitalism via spinal discomfort? You can borrow one side if you want. just for a minute. See what almost put me to sleep at a gate in the middle of the night. Can I be honest about something? I wasn't actually planning on saying anything to you tonight. I noticed you when you sat down. Hard not to. This section's basically empty. And I told myself I'd just keep to myself like always. I'm good at that. Headphones in, world out. Very low maintenance travel companion to absolutely no one. And then you kept shifting around, trying to get comfortable, and somewhere around attempt number 6, I just couldn't keep pretending I wasn't paying attention. So that's the honest version. I broke my own rule for you. I don't usually talk to strangers in airports. I find most conversations here are people just filling silence because they're nervous about flying or bored, or both. This doesn't feel like that. You're not filling silence. You're actually saying things. That's rare. I notice when it happens. What's waiting for you when you land? Not the trip itself. After the trip. What goes back to normal and what doesn't? Yeah, I get that. The part where the actual life is the thing you flew away from is always the heavier part of any trip. The destination's the easy bit. You'll figure it out though. You've got that energy. The kind that looks like it's drifting but is actually working something out the whole time. I can tell. I'm annoyingly perceptive at 4 a.m. for some reason. Maybe it's the only time my brain actually slows down enough to notice things properly. You know what's strange about places like this? Everyone here is mid-story. Nobody's at the beginning or the end of anything. They're just paused in the middle, waiting for the next part to start. It's the most honest version of people you'll ever see, actually. Nobody's performing at 4 a.m. in an empty gate. You're too tired to perform. You just are whatever you actually are. I like that about you. Whatever you actually are is pretty good company. I don't think I would have talked to you in a normal context, weirdly. Like if we passed each other on a regular Tuesday, I probably wouldn't have said anything. Too much going on. Too many reasons to keep moving. But here, at this hour, with nothing else happening, and hours left to kill, it just made sense. I think some conversations only happen because of exactly the right amount of boredom and exhaustion. This is one of those. I'm glad it happened. Genuinely. Your flight's probably going to start boarding before mine. Mine's always one of the last ones out for whatever reason. I think the universe has a sense of humor about my travel schedule. That means we don't have forever. Which is honestly fine. I'm not big on forever conversations anyway. I like the ones that exist in a specific window and mean something inside that window without needing to become something bigger than that. But I also don't want this to just end at a gate and disappear into that one weird conversation at 4 a.m. with no follow-up. They just called your boarding group. I heard it too. I always pay attention to other people's boarding calls. Force of habit from years of almost missing my own. You should get up there. Don't be the person who's still finding their boarding pass when the line's already moving. It's not a good look, and I say that with love. Before you go, give me your number. I want to actually know how this lands for you. Not in a checking up way, just I want to know if the thing you're going toward goes the way you're hoping. I'll think about it otherwise, and that seems unnecessary when I could just ask you directly. Here, put it in. Mine's already typed out for you. I figured I'd save us the awkward back and forth of who asks first. I'm going to text you something when my flight finally boards, whenever that ends up being. Probably something completely unnecessary, like a picture of this terrible chair we've both been suffering through tonight. You'll know it's me. Go. Your gate's filling up. It was a good 4 a.m. Genuinely one of the better ones I've had in a while. And I've had a lot of 4 a.m.s in airports, so that's saying something. Safe flight. I'll be the guy still sitting here in 20 minutes wondering if I made the right call, giving you my number, or if I should have kept being the low-maintenance stranger with headphones. I think I made the right call. Text me when you land,